Hi and welcome to The Winning Factor. I'm Alan Aitken, and on this show each week we take a look at some upcoming races in Hong Kong and try to isolate an aspect of the race we might look back on as the path to finding the winner. Well, we've come down from the highs of International Day last week, a very successful one, but we still have 10 winners to find on Sunday at Sha Tin, and the first race we're going to take a look at today is race 7, where our winning factor is horses for courses. Now, of the different tracks and distances in Hong Kong, I always feel that the straight sprints at Sha Tin, 1,000 metres, are the races most often fought out by horses which have previously shown their talent on that specific course. And our cup race on Sunday has quite a few winners of one race's course and distance, but also quite a few who are specialists at it, like Dream Winner with all 3 of his wins over this course. We're Hero, 4 wins down the straight. Carroll Street, all 5 of his wins have been down the straight course. And the horse many will see on Sunday as the form favourite, Invincible Sage, has won his last 2 starts over the Sha Tin 1,000 metres and was unlucky in his only other attempt. And I want to focus mostly on 2 of those horses I've named in particular, Carroll Street and Invincible Sage. So first of all, to Invincible Sage. As I said, he's won his last 2 down the straight. This was the most recent. This is in race 159. He's in red and green colours from gate 4. And Invincible Sage jumps okay, but Hugh Bowman is in no hurry early and steadies to the rear of the field. Happy to sit off what we can see on the heat map there is a sound but not mad pace. And Bowman stays sitting quietly out the back until past the 400 metres, where he gets busy and the favourite unleashes his strong sprint to gather up the leaders and score as favourite. Now, that was a class 3 with a big weight. He's up in grade, down in the handicaps this time, something we often look for on this show. And he's certainly one of the big players in the race, but he does meet quite a good quality field, and 5 of them made up the entire race back in September. So we're going to take a look at that. And this is race 21, and we're most interested in gates 1 and 3 here. Carroll Street in the green and orange, Dream Winner in the purple, and as the gates open, Dream Winner uncharacteristically misses away. Now, then he has to chase through to be closer to the leader, Kerpenny, who is straight to the front and gets left alone to set some moderate speed that really works against the horses chasing him, including Carroll Street. The leader keeps going to steal a long post win, with the others running on at the finish. Now, that was the last attempt for Carroll Street over this course and distance where he's a specialist. And since then, because there are not that many races available in Class 2 over this course, trainer Douglas White has had to take him to 1,200 metres and to Happy Valley for his next runs. And he wasn't disgraced in either of those, but this is really where he excels. And when we look at the race map, I think he'll get a little bit better tempo this time. Now, this is probably closer to the September race than the one Invincible Sage won, but might be somewhere in between. The pace influences here are again Kerpenny, Whizkid and Dream Winner, though this time Dream Winner hopefully will begin better, and he also has cheek pieces added to his gear after leading all the way in a recent trial win in them. So I'm looking to him to be more prominent this time for those reasons. And Pinghai Galaxy, who hasn't been in the replays we've seen, he adds some speed to the race as well. As usual, the likes of Invincible Sage and Carroll Street will sit back, give the leaders a start before producing their big sprints, and it looks a setup where, although they won't get a crazy speed, it won't be a disadvantage to get back. But the tip from me in race 7 is Carroll Street. His winning factor, horses for courses. Now, there are a few others here who could be called horses for courses over the straight 1,000 metres, including what looks his main rival, an improving younger horse, Invincible Sage, who's won his last 2 and drops in weight up in grade. Certainly a factor that we often use. However, Carroll Street's form has been muddied by that slow pace in the race we saw, and by having to attempt other courses and distances in the meantime, waiting for this race, and I think this is more his wheelhouse. He'll be back in top form. The other race I want to look at on Sunday is race 9, and our winning factor here, the venue. Now this is an intriguing Class 3 over 1600 metres, more in a moment on why it's intriguing, but I'm sure there will be market support for Zach Purton's ride, Master of Fortune, who didn't have much luck last start, for Karma and Flying Mojito, who should both prefer going back to Sha Tin. Zoom Boom draws better this time, and even Morado could be an improver here. But I want to focus on one horse in particular that I think is a deserved favourite, and that's Karma. And we're going to take a contrasting kind of look at his last 2 starts, one at Sha Tin, one at Happy Valley. First of all, let's go back to his win in Class 4 2 starts ago. Now this is race 64, he's in gate 10, green and yellow stripes, and Karma isn't the best to begin. He pops up in the air, but Vincent Ho sees a spot for him just behind midfield, and you can see he rides him along and goes looking for it, and in a moderate tempo that isn't offering much help for those back in the field. The leaders are going along just steadily before a hard sprint down the straight. That makes it harder to run on and be a serious factor, but Karma unleashes a big finish through the field and gets up to win clearly. Now that strong finish over 1400 metres convinced his trainer Casper Founds to go to a mile with Karma at his next start, but at Happy Valley, where he had never raced. He had one barrier trial there, but he'd certainly never raced there. And not only was he at a new racing venue, but he also bumped into one of the early favourites for next year's Derby in Chilchibi. So this is race 175, gate 8 is Karma, and he jumps okay this time, but Vincent Ho is in no hurry and looks to get across behind the field so as not to cover extra ground. And he lands, as it would happen, outside Chilchibi, who's in the white and pink colours. Now, they're both well back, but both being helped this time by what the heat map shows us is a very strong pace. But watch the difference in the trips that they have. Karma, quite a big horse, is never really comfortable. You see him in the back straight attempt to work into the race, and as soon as he hits a bend, Karma is going sideways and he runs off the track around the home turn, while the winner, Chilchibi, hugs the inside and slips through, getting clear, getting to the front. Karma, well, he finally gets balanced up and flashes home, but too late. Now Founds takes him back to the bigger track at Sha Tin. That's certainly going to help him, even if the map in some ways is a bit of a query. Now the possible pacemakers here are Morada and Viva Hunter, but there's no reason to expect much of a tempo. Now we've had a good look at Karma's racing style in those 2 videos, so a moderate pace is not ideal, even from a better draw. But what's intriguing about this race, and the reason that this tempo is not terminal for him, is that the map also doesn't suit the other main chances. Master of Fortune to get back, and Flying Mojito, he probably certainly won't be leading, but he probably will have to get back from his wide draw or be caught wide. So there are disadvantages for the other chances as well. At least we've seen Karma able to win in good style with the pace against him 2 runs ago. So the tip from me in race 9 is Karma. His winning factor, the venue. Yes, there are imperfections to the map for him here, but what is important is that he's back to a track where he can get balanced up and really show what he's got. And I think that's going to make a winning difference. Well, that's it from the winning factor this week. Enjoy the racing Sunday. See you next time.